I'm Marianne Mashiri. In the business news, the UK pension system is not working. The city watchdog has concluded after a review into the disorderly annuities market. France returns to growth in 2013, but employers say big changes are needed to the French way of life. And Rakuten, the company that owns Play.com, is buying the Skype competitor Viber for $900 million. The annuities market is not working well for consumers. That's the conclusion drawn by the Financial Conduct Authority. Many people don't shop around for their pension provision, it's found. And of those who don't switch, 8 out of 10 people could get a more generous retirement income. On average, the benefit of switching is equivalent to having an extra £1,500 saved into a pension just before retirement. The FCA will now use its new remit to launch a competition market study to get to the heart of the issue and make recommendations that will have wider implications as to how the market operates.
That's right. A number of things aren't working. First and foremost, we've got this problem that people aren't saving enough, and so when they come to their retirement, they haven't got a big enough pot of saving. But when they get to that point, they've got to make a choice. And that's a choice that they only get one chance to make, and it's a choice they have to live with for their life, 20, 25, 30 years, given the current longevity patterns. And it's not working. People aren't making good choices. Low interest rates makes it difficult to get good rates. But even with low interest rates, people could get much better if they simply did a bit of research and shopped around. And on our research, 8 out of 10 people would get a better deal if they shopped around and moved supplier. We looked at the comparison websites. We looked at 13 of them, which pretty well cover the market. And frankly, we found 1 out of 13 that we would consider to be reasonably open and reasonably fair. And they weren't clear, they were misleading, they weren't open in terms of providing information. So even using those sites, you'd still come away with a confused picture.
Now, over the next few hours, a slew of official figures are expected to show the Eurozone's main economies managing to grow, albeit very slightly, in the final 3 months of 2013. This morning, France has posted slightly better than expected growth figures for the last 3 months of 2013, giving some relief to President Hollande. They take annual growth for last year to 0.3%, better than the zero growth we saw in 2012, but still nothing to shout about. President Hollande has staked his reputation on trying to cut unemployment from its record levels, but so far he's failed to do that, or to carry out the kind of reform to the labour market that many employers say is much needed.
They are. It's which comes first, the chicken or the egg. You need growth faster than average to provoke unemployment to fall. So getting to that point where unemployment should stop rising, but we need a little bit more growth to bring unemployment down. It becomes a self-reinforcing recovery. We're getting there, not there yet, but soon.
Now, just a quick roundup of the rest of the business news that we're keeping an eye on for you. And the Times says Lloyds is thinking about clawing back a past bonus of its former chief executive, Eric Daniels, because of its escalating compensation bills for mis-selling payment protection insurance. The government is probably underestimating the value of unpaid student loans. The Public Accounts Committee says there's no reliable model for forecasting repayments, but the shortfall could reach £80 billion in the next 20 years. That will be even more than government forecasts. It thinks up to 40% of loans won't be repaid. And staff at HM Revenue and Customs will stage a national strike today. They're protesting a new performance management system. Quick look at the markets before I go. European stocks, well, at the moment it's a mixed picture. The London market down very slightly. The rest of Europe, though, doing well. The DAX up 11 points. We've had some mixed economic news, some good news from France, some slightly less good news from Germany in terms of the economy, but generally the markets look like they're heading for a mixed end to what's been a very busy week for market stocks. That's a roundup of the business from me. I'll be here throughout the morning with more, but for now, Martine, back to you.
Oh, thank you. See you later. The Labour Party has held on to the Wythenshawe and Sale East parliamentary seat.